Hello everybody, Morilibus here. Back at the spider farm. I did some redecorating. I don't actually know if I like it. And I don't know what I did. I don't know what I was going for, I just did it. But I used red clay, black clay, and black stained glass. And I did bring back the sandstone because I thought it fit the colors better than the stone did. And I kind of opened up this guy so we can see him. I moved the lights to the sides. Same with this guy. Got rid of all the lights that were in the front. And I think I'd added a couple more. So lighting's kind of overkill, but it does stop them from spawning. And I got the lights hooked up to this guy. And here they come. And I also rewired this guy. If you remember how we had like a piston was visible. Oh, let's hit the reset button. That should bring that block down. I can't even tell if it's down because it's so dark. But yeah, underneath there, the pistons, and spiders were able to get under there, and they'd stay under there until I lowered the stair, and then he'd kind of get squished into the stair, but he wouldn't die, and then he could get out. So that's not good. So now it's fixed. I got the pistons coming in from the side instead. The only downside is it's visible. But yeah, so that's all good to go. And so these guys are tricky. I think someone asked for a tutorial. Oh, look, he got out. Ah, how did you get out, guy? That's not supposed to happen. Okay, it's flawed. You don't want a tutorial. Yeah, I don't know if you want a tutorial for this. Since this thing with cave spiders, spawners, since they're kind of all, I find, unique. Like, it kind of depends on the layout of the spawners. I find depends on how you want to go ahead and hook them up. Although this thing here could theoretically be just kind of moved around depending on where the spawners are, maybe, but who knows. The other thing I don't like to do is I don't like to leave them here and leave the area. I've done that and I've come back and they're loose and I get attacked. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there's a lot of pearls in there. Let's put that there. Okay, let's get out of here. Today we are going to start work on the Wither Skeleton Farm. Woohoo, woohoo. I think I have everything I need. Took a lot of preparation. I actually just finished doing some strip mining. So I did kind of like a beacon's worth of strip mining. I'll show you where I do my strip mining in case you guys haven't seen this. It's nothing special. I mean, here's just the storage, mainly just stone. But if we head up here, here's kind of, you can see the end that way, and then this way goes a lot farther. This is kind of the way I've been going lately. But if we follow this, here are all the tunnels. So last episode you got to see my diamond chest. And this is where most of it came from. And I used to do a lot of caving too in this world, so a lot of it came from that. I haven't done any recently, so my supplies have kind of been dwindling. But I needed redstone, which was the main reason I did this. And I ended up getting close to 9 stacks, so I fortuned all that up. So I think we're good on redstone. I made some more of the components we need, so I think we have all the pistons and stuff. But yeah, here's as far as I've gotten so far. So I typically set up a beacon. What I have been doing is setting it up in the middle, and then you've got kind of 50 blocks that way, 50 blocks that way. So at the end of the tunnel, I would go 50 blocks. So if this is the range where the beacons used to stop, I would go 50 blocks that way and put up a beacon. Now what I'm probably going to do in the future, instead of setting it up here, is I'll set it up 50 blocks to the side, and that way it covers, then I'll get a 100 long strip instead of 50 long strips. But then I've just been going through and I board it up when I'm done. And lately I've been, with the new efficiency, I've been doing a strip and then I clear out the ceiling as well. Just for the hell. I don't know if it's worth it, but good enough. And that is my strip mine. This episode will have 1 or 2 cuts in it. 1 or 2 dozen cuts in it? Yeah. Alright, I'm ready to go. So I've set up, we've got chests here full of supplies. A lot of supplies. We've got some glowstone. We've got some beacons I'm going to try to set up either in the Nether Or if worst case scenario, I'll set up one in the overworld with some regen on it, so I can just kind of go back and heal, since we do not have our natural regen in this world. But I do have some potion stuff ready to go, so I think I have what I need to just brew up some potions, and I'll get some like automatic brewers going. Just some basic ones. We got the string, pistons, a lot of stone, I think. Some more pistons, some more redstone, some more stone, some more stone. Some more stone, some more stone. We're going to need a lot of stone. It's going to be our main building block. And that... Here. Get that up there. I've been using this just to kind of launch these things. And I'm going to try this time... that's a little jammed pack now, isn't it? I'm going to try... Where's that go? No idea. Nowhere. Okay, let's release these guys. Get some more room going. Okay. Good. Let's get that guy back. That is our ride. And I'm hoping to get him in. Okay. And I'm going to use your guys' advice this time. I know you always tell me to use one of these. So let's try that this time, and we'll see if it can push us as well. Okay. So now if I get rid of this and put that back. Whee! And it's off. Okay. And let's hop in after it. I don't know. Is that all you'd have to do? Huh. Okay. Choo-choo! And nothing can stop that thing, right? Nothing. It's an unstoppable force. It is the Hulk. Oh, crap. You guys. Ha. Thank you, furnace. No. Let's go. Yes. Alright, so the format of this... Oh, it's okay. Unstoppable force. The format of this episode... Zzz, I don't think I'll be able to finish it in one episode, but we'll get as much done as we can. Obviously, I'm wasting time right now, but now I'm going to use this time to explain what I'm going to do. So it's not a waste of time at all. I don't want you. Or you right now. Okay, we're going to head there. It's going to be very choppy. I'm going to cut a lot. I'm going to do a lot of work off camera, but I'm going to try to make it flow somewhat, hopefully, so it won't feel like it's being cut that much. It'll just kind of feel like, almost, hopefully, like I'm talking over the whole footage, but I'm really not. You know, we're getting really far ahead of that furnace. Rounding the corner. Oh, that looks so cool. No. Yes! Be awesome if you could actually connect these properly. I wish the more fuel you gave this thing, the faster it went, instead of the longer. Faster, 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 faster. All minecarts have arrived. A little bit of a hassle, but all in all, not too bad. Next, I'm going to transport all this stuff over into the old farm, as it has a nice little protective shell, and it's at a decent work height. So I'm going to look, because I think I have some chests in here somewhere. Somewhere. There. Alright. Let's move all this stone first. Alright, everything's moved. Next I want to see where I can set up a beacon, if it will let me. This doesn't seem to always work. It seems to be dependent on numerous things. Etho discovered that as long as there's nothing unnatural placed above it, it should work. Okay, so I should have access to these guys, and I do not. So it does not look like it is working. Let's see if we can get it working by getting rid of everything except the nether, or the bedrock. Oh, please don't die, please don't die. Okay. Huh. Yeah, bedrock should be right there. Okay, there's definitely nothing placed above except for bedrock. Okay, won't work there. I'll try some other locations. Nope. 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 Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Alright, I found one. Now look at this. There's no difference. Okay, I'm pretty sure I can do that. Both bedrock. This one works. This one does not. If you check, they are different chunks. So C26, C25. And I think we're actually still close enough that this will work if I put it lower down. So that's good. So what I'll do is I'll probably have 2 beacons here, one with like regen and something, and then maybe jump boost might be useful. And who knows what else. Okay, so that is the guy we're working with. We are 415, and we might not have full coverage. 415, we have coverage to 465-ish. Actually, that will give us majority of the coverage. So next, I'm going to move this down. But first, let's make some potions. Alright, in my little overworld cubby with the potion stuff, I'm going to try, hopefully it will go, if I can get them right through the portal. There we go. And I can just launch them all in there, and I'm just going to do it all in the Nether, that way it's always loaded. And it will continue making potions while I'm working. Oh, whoop. Might as well do a whole whack. There we go. So they're all there. I've got these brewers set up, a hopper timer. I don't know if it's actually going to work. In fact, I'm missing one, I think. Anyway, I'm going to fill... I've got it set up so each one does its own ingredients. So like magma cream, golden carrots for night vision, some glistening melon, although I probably won't need that because we'll get the regen beacon going. So let's see if we can get the awkward going. I'll have to go pick up some bottles. Alright, I made a quick modification, and now it's working. So this guy's just going to make awkward potions, and then I can just take those guys, and I'll dump them into the various chests. This one's for fire resist. This one is for night vision, I think. Yep. And then some healing. For the healing, I think I just want to make a few here, because once we get the beacon up and running, we don't actually need it, so most of that wasn't probably necessary to have this guy. And then all these guys I will put through the redstone guy to make them all 8 minutes, and then I can just mix. So they should all go into these droppers, and then I can just load them all up into here. And I think what I'm going to do is take away this dropper, and I'll put a chest down so I have more storage than just 9 here. Actually, I'll do that right away. There we go. And I actually have it off at the moment. You don't want to move potions around while it's running, because you might introduce a potion in there while the timer's kind of halfway through. So I just got a regular hopper timer here with about, I don't even know, 30 items. 32 items, and that's enough time to do 1 ingredient length. And I just have these repeaters and torches set up so that this guy unpowers and then the top guy powers, so it locks the potions from going in that way but allows them to go out. There we go. So yeah, then again, I don't want to be, as long as there's already some going, it's okay to add more, but if there are no potions in the thing, you do not want to throw some in. Okay, now we can get back up to full health. And I'll do one more. Great. Let's go set up the beacon. I'll just pillar straight out over the lava. Nice try. Alright, we have regen and resistance 1, and then we have jump boost 2. I don't really know. I don't think I really wanted was regen. I don't know if I might put haste 2 on, as it will... Oh yeah, I should put haste 2 on. Whoops. That will allow me to destroy blocks quicker, and we will have to remove a bunch of nether brick, so that's probably the way to go. As fun as that is. Boing! But anyway, let's get started on the actual project. So I've done a lot of prep work, as you can see, and that's kind of like, that's the way I like to typically do my projects, is get just really prepared for them, and that way, when it comes down to doing them, you're all set to go, and you can just do it. If you have to keep stopping to go like get material and stuff like that, I find that's usually when you don't finish a project, or where it becomes more of a pain. However, okay, that's ready to go. Let's just get, if I can get it to a new cycle. Okay, no, that's a new cycle. Let's just leave those. We got enough potions in here for now. I'll worry about that in a second. So what you want to do, if you're going to be kind of following along, I brought some sand with us, and we're going to use that for a few reasons, in case we have to fill in any lava, but specifically here. Okay, so if you take the middle of this intersection, which would be right here, I guess. Right, that would typically be the floor. We want to go down 40 blocks. Right from the center here. That's what we're going to use as our kind of marker, and that's going to go right in that crater. So this is why I brought the sand. We're just going to drop this down. There we go. Yep, that's the right tool. Alright, so we got all those. Next, okay, that should be shut off now. I can go ahead and take these. Da-da-da. And throw those in there. Alright. That was fun. Let's get a shovel. Speed up our digging here. Okay. So 40 blocks from the center. Uh-oh. I don't want to hear ghasts. And once this is done, I think I'm going to be more motivated to come back here and like get rid of all the little holes or floaters. Oh, there he is. Oh, not good. Gotcha. So 40 blocks right from where this would normally be. So this is the height. So all you have to do is dig down 40 blocks. We're going to do this very carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, uh-oh, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, I'm going to stop here because we are going to be going under lava. I didn't know that we would have to go down that low. In the case of this, we're going to have to use a lot more sand. So I still have to go down 10 more blocks, which it doesn't really seem like we have. So I'm going to prep this area with with some a lot of sand. Ah! And hopefully we don't die. With the bottom all dug out, we now have a base, so we can build our way up from here. It's always easier to build from the bottom up. So this strip here that I put down represents the trench that the wither skeletons will fall into. And from, let's see here, from where we stand, which is going to be right about here, they're going to be about 4.5 blocks up. And let's see here. They will fall right there onto a lower slab. Now this is not the center of the pad. It's actually offset by 1. The center is actually the post here. that has the ladder on it. That is the exact center of the intersection. And then this is offset by 1, and I'm going to put that towards the front of the unit where I want to stand. Magma cubes, I hate you. So yeah, that will be the platform in which they land on. Now, one of the things that I've done for this one is have a central collection area. And actually this won't be there, nor will that, or the next 2 blocks. And the way it works is the wither skeletons fall, and I've left the front of the unit open, so when they hit the ground they see you, assuming you're standing here or hereabouts, somewhere around the center, and they'll track you, and they'll fall down into the collection chamber. So you end up with the wither skeletons in a nice little kind of a one wide capture point, and I've just got kind of 2 captures, or 2 little pits for them, 1 on each side, keeps them separated. You could join them together, not a big deal. But yeah, so that's, oh, I guess I need those. That's my ladder. I need to leave those. Okay, we'll get rid of those after. Okay, so we're gonna start on the edge here, I think, and I'm going to start pillaring up. Now, I didn't make this quite big enough, and I'll probably expand it later, but I don't want to get rid of too much lava if I don't have to. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's to this guy. Let's get those out again. 4.5. So 4.5 up from the ground, although it's technically 5 because the ground is lowered by a half slab, just so nothing will spawn. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and we want to go to the half, so that's 18.5. This is where they'll let's see here. There's a crusher system built in. Oh, looks like I'm at the fortress. And actually, let me drink one of these potions. Okay, so this is where they're going to get crushed just slightly above where I'm standing. And then they'll fall here and then get knocked down and fall onto... Oh, no, wait. I got to do that differently. Let's see here. Okay, no, I gotta move that over 1 block, right? That's supposed to be where the nether brick is, and then this one will be right here. Good thing I'm checking. Okay, so yeah, they're gonna fall here and then get pushed over, and then they'll fall onto the center part, which I gotta shift over. So let me clear out probably all this nether brick, and I'll lay out the rest of this foundation. Alright, so level 18.5 is that level, and then levels, that's 19, that's 20, this is 21, like where I'm standing. And this is actually where the crusher goes. The crusher is a series of 3 pistons stacked right on top of each other, so it's like a piston wall. And all 3 pistons are controlled different times, or actually the 2 top go at the same time to kill, and the bottom one changes at a different timing to allow the wither skeletons to drop out and get pushed into the track. Okay, so is that right? That's that. No, that's not right. That should be... I guess that is right. That should be like that. And we actually have to go out 1 more, which I did not count for, and I have to fix that on the other side. There we go. So each side is 17 from the center, counting the middle. So 1, 2, out to 17, etc. on the other side. Let me just see if I screwed this one up as well. I did, yeah. So this post, because I just made it just enough, otherwise I would have went out a little bit further and put the post right on the end, but we'll change that after. We'll pretty it all up. All this stone is pretty much temporary. or it's a protective shell, and we'll probably put some other blocks over top of it. So one thing I'm trying to do with this build, or one thing I've tried to do, is make sure there's no lighting updates up at the spawning pads. And I'm trying to keep all lighting updates in check altogether. So I don't want there to be a bunch of them happening every time the pistons fire. So to accomplish that, we're going to be mainly using comparators up at the top instead of pistons, or instead of repeaters, because comparators do not output any light, which is cool. It's something I learned recently. So we're going to do that. The other problem is magmas. Now magmas can spawn in a 1-block area. They can also spawn on redstone. So we are going to try our best to avoid putting any redstone on solid blocks. Wherever we do have to use redstone dust, we're going to try to use glowstone to put it on. And that will allow us to power whatever we need to, but not allow magmas to spawn in that area. Now the one place we're not going to be able to use any glowstone for the redstone is at the top. So at the very top where the mobs are spawning, if I put glowstone up there, then we're only going to get pigmen and maybe blaze if it's far enough away. Nope, that's too close. One more out. So one way I'm trying to avoid getting those lighting updates is by boxing the pistons in so that they don't let any light out when they fire, because we're going to have a lot of glowstone behind the pistons providing the redstone. I'm going to leave that open so we can get through, and then we'll do the same thing there. And yeah, so I'm going to be doing this, pretty much creating a stone brick shell. And I'll bring you back when we're at the next step, which is going to be, we're going to be creating a V shape. Now this mob system, it's very similar to the one that like JL showcased. His jail, or the Wither Ripper, I think it was called. Same concept, but it's my own kind of iteration of it, I guess. But yeah, we're going to have piston pushers that bring the mobs down. We're going to have this V-shaped piston sifter that's going to move the mobs into a single trench. And then that trench will have a crusher built into it, and I'm going to kill off everything that is not a wither skeleton. The quicker I can kill off everything that isn't a wither, the quicker more withers can spawn. So I'm going to not have anything go down to the bottom except for the wither skeletons, because that's all I'm really interested in. And Blaze and Pigmen are going to die right here by this crusher. And we're going to have hoppers underneath these slabs, which will catch most of their drops. Some of their drops will fall down to the next level, but they'll get picked up down there if they do. Alright. So next is the V. With the base in place, this is where the pistons will go. So I've got it all boxed in. I don't have the pistons on me, but pistons would go right there. And then we'll have glass in front of them, and then that glass block was going to push the mobs into that hole. That's the plan, at least. But we'll have to wait and fill us in with all sticky pistons. Now, I'm going to do something different on this design. I'm going to make it a bit simpler. In the design I made, I have these activated by tripwires. But I think in this world I'm just going to have it on a clock, because I'm going to have an off switch, and basically whenever I leave, this thing's not going to be running anyway. So having a clock going while the machine is on won't be a big deal. Plus there's pretty much a mob in here at all times anyway activating the tripwire, so it's not going to be much different. Now this is the very top, so this is the top of the bottom part, I guess. next we have to put in the spawning strips with the piston pushers, and the first one will go here, if that was a piston, which means we need, there we go. So that's going to be our first spawning pad right there. Uh-oh. I think that like hit right beside me, and I have no idea. That's going to be our first spawning pad, and that's our piston, so we're going to make sure we clear out and stay away at least 10 blocks that away, and same with all around. Now here I've mocked up where the mobs spawn, so these are the 4 layers you can use if you picture the stone being the spawning space. So this being the feet and the head. So there's 4 of them. Now I guess the 3rd floor is actually right where this railing is. So if you stand right on the railing, that's 1. So that's what I got right there, right? You could stand right there. That's 1 level. And you can go up once, and they'll still spawn. So you can go up like 2 blocks from there, which is what I did that. That's what I've done there. Ooh. There we go. And then you go down, oops. And then you can go down 2 levels. So this is the bottom layer that I've marked out, and that's the same height as that. So this will be the first layer that they can spawn on, and then we'll go up 2 blocks and have another one right above it. But we'll get to that in a moment. Now I've got to clear out the rest of this fortress. Okay. Alright, another fortress has been cleared out, and it's actually day number 2 for me. And sorry if I sounded a little dead in the rest of the episode. It was really late at night. And yeah, I guess it showed in my voice. So, I apologize. But yeah, I think I've cleared out everything that I need to. And next, I need to encase the top part. So we're going to have to create a protective shell, similar to what I've done here. Now in here, I have it all ready to go for the wiring. I also need to collect some more glowstone, so I'm going to do that over here in this area. And wherever the glowstone goes is where the redstone goes, and then there's going to be repeaters facing into those blocks. We're going to work on that probably in the next episode as well. So I'm going to get all this, the protective shell in place, and then we will build the next part, which will be all the redstone, all the spawning pads, and the hopper clocks and all that, and we'll should be able to complete it in the next episode and get it to the point where we got the withers coming down to the bottom, and hopefully we'll get a bunch of skulls. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you've enjoyed this build so far, and I'm also going to cannibalize this guy. He's not going to be needed anymore, and I could use the pistons and the tripwire hooks. So yeah, I'm going to rip this guy out, and there's also a bunch of sticky pistons down at the bottom I could harvest, like over, let's see, yeah, like for 2 stacks of them, I think, and I could probably use them for in here. So I'll do all that for the next episode, and when you come back, we'll have this all encased and ready to go. Bye-bye.